Do you hear that? There is nobody in my house right now. Nobody. I'm here alone. I'm here alone. But don't worry. I am watching Home Edit. Ooh. Are you guys like obsessed with Home Edit? I'm so obsessed with Home Edit. I just want to purge everything and color code my entire life. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Crystal and this is Crystal's Copia, where we live a life of abundance. Today is a little bit of a different video for you. I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna talk a little bit about the chaos that is 2020, and I'm just doing like a mental health check-in because I don't know about you guys, but I'm on the struggle bus. Basically, pumpkin spice latte is all I have to hold on to right now. On a serious note though, I have been hysterically crying off and on throughout 2020. Feeling a little better today. Yesterday was rough. In that whole chaos and craziness, I decided that I was gonna be a little bit more real, a little bit more raw with you guys, because I feel like my videos are a little bit scripted because I want them to be informative. And that's just who I am. Like, I am an action plan person. I'm a let's figure out a way to do this kind of person. And so I want that to come through in my videos, but I also want you guys to know that a lot of the stuff you see online is just little snapshots of people's life. It's all the happy times. And obviously 2020 has been hard on many of us, and it's just been a crazy year. And so I knew I needed to do a little bit of a reset. I decided to make 10, oh yeah, and you know I made an action plan and a list. You know I did it. A list of 10 things that I'm gonna do to kind of help get me through 2020 and kind of reset my mind. So I'm gonna share those with you today. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know the type of content that you like. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's important that you guys subscribe because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I appreciate you watching my videos. If you're watching them on Facebook, hi, thank you. But please go to YouTube, create your free account and subscribe to me there because I really need you guys. I'm trying to get 1,000. So anyways, here we go. Let's get into the list. My top 10 things I'm going to be doing to get me through 2020 and save whatever sanity is left. Okay, so the first thing that I came up with is I decided that I needed to identify what was triggering me. And there's only so much you can control in your life, right? I can control my small little world here, but there's a lot of outside factors that I can't control. I need to own that and know that I can only do so much. And so stressing about all the other things that I have no control over isn't helping. One trigger that I noticed with myself is social media, specifically for me, Facebook. YouTube, watched so many YouTube videos in my life that my YouTube, my channel and my feed has been kind of curated to things that I like. So most of it's very positive. So that's not an issue for me. But Facebook has gotten out of control. I have a lot of people on my Facebook that I have no idea who they are. I hold 2 professional licenses for cosmetology and for real estate. And so I think that is part of the draw that I have acquaintances on there. And so I'm just seeing a lot of stuff and it's getting really, really negative. And so that has been a trigger for me. It's very hard for me to be around the chaos and the negativity without it affecting me on some level. So I decided I'm going to limit my Facebook. I'm going to delete the app from my phone and I'm going to get on Facebook every Sunday. It's Sunday when I'm filming this. And then I'm going to get on Facebook. I'm going to wish everyone happy birthday for the week because that was one thing I said, oh, I don't want to miss someone's birthday. And that way I can kind of check things. I'm going to leave Messenger on because that is a way that sometimes people will contact me through for my business. And then I'm just going to check in every Sunday and be more intentional about it. I'm going to do it on my computer and not on my phone. What is triggering you? Are you stressed or anxious about something? Is it something that you have control over or you can limit? I know for many people, it can be the news. It's great to be informed, but keeping it on all the time, especially with everything going on in the world, it can kind of create this anxiety and stress that you may not even realize is happening. But if you're constantly listening to the news, they are publicizing usually sensational stuff. So they want you to know negative because they think that's going to hold you longer to the station. And so just be a little bit more aware of the things that are going on in your daily life that are triggering you, and when you can eliminate them or maybe limit them even, then do it. So that's step 1, figure out what's triggering you. My second step is I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace. It's been a very, very hard year. I'm sure it's been hard for everyone. And so I did allow myself every now and then to have a little mini breakdown, whether that's like crying or, journaling or whatever that is, working out so that you can get the stress out. Maybe you're gonna need to see a counselor or talk to a friend, but give yourself a little bit of grace, allow yourself to feel those emotions and know that it's okay to feel what you're feeling. What's not okay is to live there forever in that feeling, because I think that can be really toxic to be playing the stress and the sadness over and over and over again in your head. It's okay to feel those emotions and understand why you're feeling that way, but I think playing them over and living there and dwelling on them is unhealthy. Now, I am not a health professional, so if you are feeling these feelings all the time and you don't feel like you can handle it on your own, there's nothing wrong with going and seeking professional help, wherever avenue that may be. So I encourage you to do so, but give yourself a little bit of grace when you're going through this, and know that it's okay to feel this way. Okay, the third thing on my list, and these really aren't in any particular order, but is to come up with a plan. So just like with Facebook, I decided, okay, how is this gonna look in my day-to-day life? Because I don't wanna just go on and delete my Facebook. I use it a lot for my business. I use it a lot to promote my videos, and it can be a really positive, fun environment. So I needed to figure out a plan where I didn't have to completely take that away and lose out on all the positives, but a way that would work into my life, so that way I'm eliminating the triggers and the negatives. So maybe the plan for you is, I'm gonna watch the news every other day for 10 minutes a day, or I'm gonna get the headlines or something like that. Whatever that looks like in your life, put a plan in place so that you can have limitations and so that you can see how you're gonna go moving forward. The fourth thing on my list is to move. And movement is so important. And I think it's different for everyone, but some form of exercise is crucial, especially right now with all of the mental and emotional stress going on. It's very hard on your body to be worried and upset all the time. And so I know that I need to do some kind of movement. I also think it's important in times like this not to do a type of exercise or a movement that you really don't enjoy. Be a little bit easier on yourself if you enjoy walking, if you enjoy the elliptical. I love the elliptical because I can watch positive videos or fun shows. And so do something that you really enjoy, that you can do consistently. And even when you don't feel like it, you'll be able to do it, because it's so important to move your body to get that endorphin rush, to get that stress relief. Okay, my fifth tip is to edit. And this is one that really hits home to me, and I feel very, very passionate about it. And actually, it kind of piggybacks on next week's video, which is going to be about shelf cooking, which I know sounds random, but I really am a strong believer in fewer choices, less clutter. Can be so helpful in your mental stress and anxiety. So if you go into your closet and you have a million choices and you don't know what fits you and what doesn't, or where to find something, you're just starting your day on a kind of a rotten note. And so if there are places in your life and in your home where you're able to edit, whether it's declutter or maybe it's putting some options away. For us, one thing I love to do is I love to create like a mini store in our house. And so any excess products like makeup, skincare, things like that, I put them in one place. So then when I'm doing my skincare, when I'm doing my makeup, I have fewer choices. So it makes the process a little faster for me, but then I am not completely getting rid of useful things. So then when I'm out of something, or maybe I'm just getting bored, and maybe the seasons have changed and I want to try something new, I go to my little store, grab something out of there, and then it's fun. And it also makes the process more fun, so I want to stick with it. And then I also feel really good because I'm not wasting things. Look for places in your environment and in your life where you can kind of pare down and edit. And again, you don't have to necessarily get rid of everything, but maybe just give yourself fewer choices in that space. And then when you're done with those, you can, bring back the other excess things that you have. Okay, the sixth thing on my list is to nourish. And I think especially going into the winter months, I know we're still in the midst of a pandemic, and now we're moving into cold and flu season, which I think is going to be super amplified because we've all been sanitizing and doing things that I personally believe can sometimes hurt our immune system and our bodies. And so really be mindful about places in your life where you can really nourish your body, whether that's supplements to help support your immune system, whether that's green juices, adding more fruits, vegetables, more organic things into your life. But I think setting your body up to be able to fight things that it comes in contact with are important. And I also believe that when you're dealing with stress, when you add the bad food, it just makes it worse, because then you feel bad about eating the bad food. You don't feel good. You don't have the energy. And then you also have all these other things on your plate. And so it's just a recipe for disaster. So find places where you can add more nutrition and nourishment into your body. That's my sixth tip. Okay. And my seventh tip is in the same family there. And that's see places in your life where you can add joy, whether that's creating some traditions. I love creating traditions with my family. I wish I would have started it sooner. And just creating those traditions, it's so fun, and it makes me more purposeful with the things that we're doing in creating joy. So whether that is, setting down every, day to dinner that you can, especially now, I know it's a little easier, things like that, just finding pockets of joy. Because I feel like when you live for the weekend, or you live for a vacation, it makes for a really long life. And so for me, I need to find pockets of joy throughout the day, whether that's, my pumpkin spice latte creamer from Aldi's, which is what's in here, and it's like bringing me so much joy right now, or whether that's like, taking some time to do some self-care or taking 10 minutes to read a book, whatever that is, find pockets of joy and be purposeful about placing them in your day. Okay, my 8th thing, they all kind of run together if you haven't noticed, but my 8th thing is another thing I really geek out on, and that's routines. And the reason I love routines is because when you have a habit that you really enjoy and that you really see the benefits in your life, and you create a routine around it, it's amazing. It's just the greatest feeling, because that stuff starts to become autopilot and you get more efficient at it. You know what to expect, you know the results, and like the more and more and more you do it, the deeper that habit is ingrained in you, the better you're gonna feel. See opportunities where you can create routines, especially if you're trying to implement the stuff I'm telling you. Like, for example, right back to the Facebook thing, I know Sunday is a good day for me to do a little reset. It's probably the day where I have the most flexibility with my schedule. And so that's the day I like to do things that are going to set me up for success on the days when I know I'm busier. For example, I washed my hair today. That's why I'm kind of having a mediocre hair day. It's super clean, but I know Sundays are a good day to do that because Monday and Tuesday are crazy for me at the salon and for work. So doing that on Sunday, it just makes my life easier, and that is part of my routine now. Same thing if you're adding like, journaling or working out. Find a place in your life where you can plug those things in so it becomes automatic, because when we're left to our own devices, it's really easy to just decide not to do that. And for me, like today, I did not want to wash my hair, but I knew it's Sunday. I need to do it at some point. So let's just get it over with. And I'm grateful that I did, because tomorrow will be a lot easier day for me. Okay, number 9 is kind of a unique one. I actually heard this. I was listening to a podcast of Rachel Hollis, and she was interviewing Jay, and I don't want to butcher his last name, but I'm going to leave his channel linked below. And he's one of my favorite YouTubers. And now he's just written a book that's ready to come out, but he talks a lot about meditation and things like that. And I just love him. But one thing that they talked about in the podcast was creating purposeful places in your home. And how I put that on my list for my 9th tip is zones. So I thought it was really cool. He had mentioned that you can really change the energy in a space by what you do in that space. And he also talked a little bit about essential oils and how you can create that feel and ambiance in a certain space. And I just love that. I love essential oils. I love having places in my house where certain things happen. And so you can really change the energy in those areas he was talking about by, doing the same thing in those particular spots. So like for us, we've been trying really hard to make a habit of going into the dining room to eat, which sounds silly. Like, why wouldn't you go to the dining room? But my house is an open floor plan. So there's our living room, TV. Here's our island I'm sitting at now. And then our dining room is through there. So what ends up happening is, sometimes we're all coming from different places and activities. And so one person will be at the island, one person will be on the couch, one person will be in the dining room. And so creating that purposeful time to go in there and sit and eat and visit, that's like my favorite part of the day, is when I'm sitting in there with the kids who are basically adults now and hearing about their day and what's going on. We don't get a lot of that. And so that 20-30 minutes, that's a powerful time for us. And so I really enjoy, saving that space for that. Recently, we got rid of cable, which has been a huge blessing, and creating those spaces, like in our bedroom, for example, we had cable in there, we had a DVD player in there. It was getting to be a problem where we would watch too many shows and too many movies and things like that. So we took that out. So now that TV in there really has no function because there's nothing playing on it. And we're going to try really hard to keep it that way and make it more of a space for, what it's made to be for. And also for reading at night too. Create areas in your house that are going to trigger you to do certain habits. And if you really want to go a step further, you can create fragrances with essential oils or candles to be a trigger for your mind for that space. So in the bedroom, I'll be diffusing oils that help us to calm down and relax. In the garage where we work out, I'm going to be diffusing oils that are going to be uplifting and energizing. So things like that's one thing I'm going to add into our 2020 end here that I'm really, really excited for. Okay, my 10th and final thing, and this video is a perfect example, is I want to be a little bit more mindful about what I'm inputting into my brain right now, because I got my screen time this morning. It happens on Sunday. It sends me a little report, and I was really appalled at how much time I'd spent on screen time, and I didn't have a video coming out this week. You'll get this video on Tuesday. It's Sunday. I used to like to upload on Sunday, and I didn't have a video for you. I had filmed part of it, and I was just really feeling like crap and in a funk, and I just didn't finish it. And here I was getting a report that I had all this crazy amount of screen time every day, and I was just thinking about the level of video I would have been able to bring you guys if I would have been working on this instead of watching whatever I was watching or doing whatever I was doing. And so I just want to be really intentional about what I'm putting into my head right now, especially dealing with all the stress and things that are going on. So I'm going to make it a focus this week to sign up for a class. There is a site, if you guys have never heard of it, it's called Skillshare. I'll leave it linked down below, but it's an online learning platform. I belong to it. I have for a while and I love it. You can take all different kinds of classes from photography, productivity, home decorating, painting, you name it, it's probably on there. And so I'm going to try to be very purposeful when I'm on the elliptical, when I'm doing cooking, whatever, to be listening or watching something motivational, inspirational, or educational, because I don't want to go another week and feel like I had all these missed opportunities. Also, I noticed I was watching some really violent things, which I watched Nurse Ratched on Netflix. If you guys haven't heard of Nurse Ratched, she's a character from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and it was really intense, and there were some really horrible scenes. And then I was also watching Sopranos, which I know I'm late to the party on that one, but we canceled cable, so my dad has the whole set of Sopranos and he gave it to us to watch. And I was just like, I mean, I've always kind of been into like horror movies and gangster movies and things like that, but I was realizing I was watching that right before bed and I was having these like horrific dreams. And I was like, well, no wonder I watched this guy get hit in the head with a golf club and now I'm over here trying to fall asleep. So just be aware of what you're putting into your mind. I know sometimes it feels like, you know, an innocent thing. Like I'm just going to sit here and unwind. And then all of a sudden, you know, we're sucked into like 3 or 4 hours of TV when we're not hitting our goals and we're not really that happy. I think that was my thing, is like I had some time this week where I was doing things that I chose to do, but I wasn't really feeling good. And so it really helped me kind of open my eyes and more aware of how I'm feeling and what I'm doing to make myself feel that way. And I think that's such a powerful thing, is when you can kind of make yourself aware of, okay, I'm making these choices. I'm making XYZ choices and it's making me feel a certain way. So I know I have control over that. And so I need to make better or different choices. And I need to set myself up to have success and to pick things that are going to make me feel better. They're going to help me achieve my goals and help me to be emotionally in a good spot so that I can show up and deliver for my family and my clients. I know this might have been a little heavy video, but it was really on my heart to make it because hopefully, you know, it speaks to you and there was at least one of those tips that you're going to be able to take with you and maybe tweak or change your week to have a better week this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was good to talk with you guys and to check in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
In the club, in the streets, waking up